Alright there guys, and welcome back to another video. And today, if you can't tell from the title and thumbnail, it involves the LGBT community. But specifically today, I'm going to be talking about the Rainbow Laces campaign. Now, for those who don't know what the Rainbow Laces campaign is, I would guess you don't watch football or rugby. So I'll explain what it is. The Rainbow Laces campaign is a campaign that the Premier League do every year in December in partnership with Stonewall UK, which is, as far as I'm aware, the biggest LGBT charity in the UK. They do a partnership with them every December called the Rainbow Laces campaign in support of LGBT inclusion within sport, most specifically football and rugby, I guess, but also to fight against discrimination from LGBT fans who just want to go to the stadium and watch the game like everybody else, but feel like they can't. Yeah, a pretty worrying statistic is 40% of LGBT fans don't feel comfortable going to games due to discrimination. That's pretty bad, isn't it? So what does this campaign do? Well, in terms of, for visually we have on the Premier League stand behind it that is there every single game. You know, the stand that the players stand either side of. We had rainbow flags on the left and the right of it. The players have rainbow laces, as the campaign is named. The laces on their boots are rainbow coloured, of course. And last night I actually saw some the trans pride flag colours as some laces. I didn't even know that you could do that. I didn't even know you could make those. But yeah, someone had rainbow laces on their left boot and trans pride flag colours on their right boot, which would be blue, pink and white. From top to bottom in that order. But yeah, let's talk about the actual players to begin with, because across the 92 clubs in the Football League, so all 20 in the Premier League, all 24 in the Championship, 24 in League 1 and 24 in League 2, there is not a single known openly gay male footballer. Like, surely, if you think about it, surely there's at least one that you'd think would have come out by now, as it's 2020. But no, they haven't. Whoever it is. Of course, if we look at women's football, there's actually quite a few openly gay women footballers, which is a good thing, because it adds an extra layer of diversity onto women's football. The most famous probably the most famous openly gay woman footballer is Megan Rapinoe. You should probably know her as the 2019 Women's Ballon d'Or winner. From the way she talks, she doesn't actually seem to be that nice of a person, But she's probably a big role model for young girls interested in football in America, especially if the girls are gay but closeted. She's probably a pretty good role model for them. But yeah, there's quite a few openly gay women footballers, but Megan Rapinoe is the most famous of the lot. So why is it that the women's game has openly gay footballers, but the men's game doesn't? Well, there's a few reasons for this. Number one, the most obvious one, is homophobia. Obviously. As I can remember, despite no one knowing of any openly gay male footballers, that doesn't stop fans shouting homophobic abuse at players. It just doesn't. Obviously, these fans get dealt with and banned from the stadium, so that's a good thing. But if we're gonna be honest, a lot of football fans are old people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. They didn't grow up with anything to do with the LGBT community around them. They didn't grow up with that. Because LGBT rights back then were not what they are today. And yeah, simply because a lot of football fans are old, and no one ever educated, and they've never been educated on anything LGBT related, so they've always acted the same way towards them. They've never changed their views. And the second reason is, I can't exactly remember when this was. I know it was before the 2000s. I can't remember if it was the 80s or 90s, but there was there was actually an openly gay male footballer who came out, and that was met with a lot of homophobic abuse towards him, literal death threats, believe it or not, and just a lot of abuse, which this ended up having this footballer take his own life because of this. So yeah, I think that's actually why the Rainbow Laces campaign exists in the first place. I think he could be the main reason, one of the main reasons why this campaign even exists in the first place. And that's probably the biggest reason why no male footballer in this country is openly gay or has come out as gay yet. Because the last time someone did that, that's what they were met with. Tons upon tons of abuse. What do you guys think? Do you think openly gay, any footballers who are actually gay but they're closeted, so we have absolutely no way of knowing that they are, do you think they should be able to come out and just live as who they are? Because I'm pretty sure them coming out as gay not going to affect their football ability. That's all I'm saying. I'm pretty sure them coming out as gay isn't something going to make them forget how to play football, is it? Now let's get on to the fans. As I said before, I had 2 points in this video that I wanted to talk about. The first one being what I've just talked about, the fact that there's not a single openly gay male footballer upon the 92 clubs in the Football League, which it is hundreds upon hundreds of players. Well, that's hundreds of players per league, never mind all 4 combined. And the second point is the statistic I said earlier, how there are 40% of LGBT fans that are that feel uncomfortable going to matches. And yeah, why is that? Why aren't LGBT fans allowed to just go to matches and enjoy them the way everyone else does? It's like they can't go to a match without them somehow end up being the centre of attention in the part of the stadium where they are. And a lot of that comes down to, again, the older generation, the older people who never grew up with... Well, they did grow up with gay people, but they didn't grow up with openly gay people, probably. And they probably haven't gotten out of the mindset of thinking that being gay is a sin or something. Despite that's never been true, they still probably have not gotten out of that mindset yet, which they really should. Like, you are going to be seeing more of it, more LGBT people anyway. So it's not like you're keeping this mindset's going to help you, is it? And Barclays actually made a very good advert for the Rainbow Laces campaign. Barclays used to be the sponsors of the Premier League. They made a video of all different people, different LGBT people, and they said who they support, and they said their sexuality. And I think it was a really good video because it shows that just because someone is gay doesn't mean they're any different of a fan to you. Because it's like, you guys know I support Man United, right? One of those fans in those videos was a woman who was a lesbian, who was also a United fan. And it's like, me and her ain't different. Yeah, our sexualities might differ. Hers being gay, mine being straight. But we both support United. And that's the point. Isn't that the important thing? That supporting the same team. Why would you then try and go against one of the fans of the team you support just because they're not straight or not cis if they're trans? Why? There just is no need for it, is there? And there was a bit of controversy yesterday with... Well, I say yesterday, on Sunday even. On Sunday, there was a bit of controversy where Jamie Vardy, Leicester striker, kicked in a corner flag at Bramall Lane against Sheffield United. Now all the corner flags had the LGBT pride flag on them, with then the club of the home team's club badge on it. And Jamie Vardy kicked one of those in yesterday. Now Sunday, stop saying yesterday, it was Sunday. And there's I can think of two reasons. Number one, Jamie Vardy might actually be homophobic and wanted any excuse to kick something LGBT related in. And if so, the FA and Premier League should look into that. And number two, which could also be the correct answer, he supports Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United biggest derby and biggest rivals, and he just scored a 90th minute winner against them. Like, if that was on a different week, whether it was a normal corner flag, would he have still kicked it in? I think, yeah, he probably would have still kicked it in. But yeah, it could be either of these answers, or even, it could even be both. It could even be both. It could be, yes, he did it because it's Sheffield United, but he also did it because there was a gay pride flag on it. The only person that really knows the answer to that is Jamie Vardy himself. And I doubt he's been questioned on it by anyone yet. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. What do you guys think? Should an openly gay footballer be in the Football League or even the Premier League by now? I think there should be. But due to the horrific abuse they would end up receiving, that is why they haven't come out yet, if there are any. But yeah, I'm going to end this video with the statement that is on the thumbnail of this video. Make sport everyone's game. And as it should. Like, why do straight people think that they can gatekeep sports? Gay people are allowed to like sports too, you know. Sport doesn't belong to one group of people. Anybody can enjoy it. And anyone is allowed to enjoy it. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. What do you guys think about the Rainbow Laces campaign? I think it's a good campaign because it's done every single year, and it's always done at the same time of the year, so there's no confusion by changing what time of the year it happens. It's always the same, December, as we've just had. And this past weekend we've just had the Rainbow Laces campaign match day, where every single captain's armband was also in the LGBT gay pride flag colours. It was a rainbow captain's armband, and all 20 players in the Premier League, all 20 captains of their clubs wore it. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed. Please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, follow me on my social medias, and until next time guys, catch you later.